This episode of Derapy is brought to you by Owl Soapery. What up, derps? Like the video.
The funniest thing happened 1 year ago. Lawbury State Graham. Before he was known as that, he used to just be Drake. And Drake decided that it would be a good idea to enter a rap competition with one Kendrick Lamar Duckworth.
Foolish.
As it has been a year, I feel like it's appropriate for us to go back to where it all started. And today we are going to be listening to, reviewing, and analyzing this track, Push-Ups by Drake.
Hey buddy, did you hear the news? It's track review.
Derapy. Okay, so I'm gonna try to walk you all through exactly what my initial reactions were to this track. Let's give Drake a fair shot today, even though in hindsight he probably didn't deserve it.
Hey, I could never be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. You pussies can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan.
Hey, straight off rip, I'm not gonna lie, Drake does sound locked in when Push-Up starts. I really do feel like this is about as confident and serious as we are gonna hear Drake throughout the rest of this beef.
I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. You won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 man's on? This the part with the bite, nigga, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby, whole career you been shook up. Cause Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups.
Hey, listen, okay? This is not a Drake channel, all right? I'm not switching back. All I'm saying is, Drake! If Drake would have continued to rap with this energy, kept it friendly, everything could have been so different, man. How you big stepping with a size 7 men's on?
Kendrick is short.
Fine bar. This the bark with the bite, what's up for all the dogs reference. You know, call back to the like that verse. I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. I mean, drop and give me 50 straight into like the little beat switch here. I mean, it doesn't sound bad so far, okay?
Your last one brick, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you cause they hate to see me lit. Pull your contract cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip.
I will say that this bar aged horribly because I thought when Drake was saying pull your contract because we have to see the split, he was just like kind of flexing that he had a better arrangement than Kendrick. I didn't know he literally wanted to see Kendrick's contract. That shit aged terribly, dude. Like, was it always his plan to sue to get Kendrick's contract? Because what a weird game plan, dog. But if we ignore that, which we shouldn't, but if we look past it, then the way it splits, your pants might rip, is kind of hilarious. SpongeBob level bars here.
Bitch, your pants might rip. You better do that motherfucking show inside the bitty. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop, you better drop and give them 50.
First of all, the zestiness with which Drake delivers this line is really wonderful. You gotta drop and give him 50. I mean, just wonderful delivery by Aubrey there. I do think it's an interesting diss. Even at the time, I thought it was kind of silly for him to be like, you have to do a verse for Maroon 5. You have to do a verse for the Swifties. And it's like, who is Drake to say that Kendrick Lamar just isn't a fan of pop music and would have just done it regardless of whether he was asked or not? Kendrick doesn't really strike me as the type of person to actively avoid pop artists for the sake of like upholding his image. I would argue that would kind of be the opposite of what Kendrick would do. Like, I'd be a little bit shocked to discover based on what I know about Kendrick after kind of covering his albums extensively for the past for the better part of like the last 6 months. Kendrick doesn't strike me as the type of person to actively try to avoid pop artists for the sake of upholding his image. In fact, there was originally supposed to be a collaboration with him and Lady Gaga like over a decade ago. So this is just Drizzy being misinformed in my personal opinion. I do like this part where he calls him Pipsqueak though, I'm not gonna lie.
Pipsqueak, pipe down, you ain't in no big 3. SZA got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in the scope right now. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now.
There are like multiple hits and misses, it seems, all throughout this track for Drake. So you ain't in no big 3, SZA got you wiped down is kind of absolutely hilarious. Kendrick and SZA have collaborated many times before. I don't think anybody would argue that Kendrick is very clearly a much bigger and more successful artist than SZA, with all due respect to Rock Paper SZA, who we love, we absolutely love. Travis Got You Wiped Down is I don't think that's true at all. And I think 21 Savage would agree that Kendrick is a bigger artist than him. So I don't know exactly what Drake is trying to say there. Like your label boy, you Interscope right now. Get it? Interscope, label. Drake has him Interscope. I mean, it's just, you know, whatever. You're going to feel the aftermath of what I write down. Just another simple double entendre there. I do appreciate this part. And even in hindsight, I wish Drake would have, you know, for the sake of it being competitive, I wish Drake would have kind of honed in more on this specific angle. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Good rhyme scheme there, and also...
Please get some water.
Excuse me. Also, I wish that Drake would have just honed in on this bit more. I'm bigger than you physically, and as an artist, I sell more, I do more numbers, etc. If he would have just stuck to that argument, that's not a terrible argument. There's a big difference between Mike then and Mike now. I also think is a kind of a underrated bar, Drake, because he is comparing himself to Michael Jackson.
They both love kids.
Michael Jackson and Drake obviously are
Both kind of black, both kind of not black.
Michael Jackson and Drake are obviously two entirely different artists. Drake is comparing himself to Michael in terms of success and kind of omnipresence is the word. Drake is ubiquitous. Drake is everywhere, right? Just like Michael Jackson was. So I understand where he's going there. I think it's still kind of a silly comparison because, like, you're not Michael Jackson. But yeah, just a couple hits and a couple misses there. But, you know, still all in all, not really a bad song, if I'm being honest with you.
Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga? What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga. Get more love in a city that you from, nigga. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
I gotta be real, still the best part of this song to me.
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
Also, the 20v1 line is also one of the better lines from the track. There really were some gems on this song. It's just unfortunate that Family Matters would go on to completely drop the ball, in my opinion, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Yeah, I'm the sixth guy, I'm the front runner. Y'all nigga manager was Charles' little blunt runner. Claim the six and you boys ain't even come from it. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash blowing, able bread out here tricking. Shit we do for bitches, he doing for niggas.
To this day, terrible diss. Like, even in the moment when I heard this as a Drake fan, I was like, is he trying to diss The Weeknd for doing nice things for his friends? Drake says this here, and he repeats it again, but in more detail in Family Matters. He's like, The Weeknd keeps doing all this stuff for his homies. What is he, gay? Like, Drake, shut the fuck up.
For niggas. Jet switch chains, wiki. Spinning like you tryna fuck, boy, you trippin'. Drizzy Chippendale, probably got your bitch Chanel. I just got them done, boy, don't make me at the Chippendale. Rolling loud stage, I would turn, that was slick as hell. Shit'll probably change if it BM start to kiss and tell. Hugs and kisses, man, don't tell me about no switches. I be rocking every fucking chain I own next visit, ayy. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney.
Is it impossible for Drake to ever simply diss another artist without mentioning their lover by first name? Is that such a hard thing to ask somebody not to do? What did Kendrick Lamar say in the Like That verse that would lead Drake to believe that he just had to mention Whitney? You just didn't have to, bud. This mistake would haunt Drake to this very day. Even a year later, he's still feeling the consequences of this specific bar.
Top say drop your little midget ass, better fucking.
Also, I do not think you're supposed to refer to little people using that word, the word that rhymes with idjit. I don't think that's really necessary. I don't think that's called for. Pipsqueak was totally fine. There are a million different ways to call somebody short. You don't have to say that. Now, I won't lie, this chorus is very catchy, but ultimately it would become forgettable because, you know, we're from the future. And let's go ahead and get into the second verse and see how this song closes out.
Niggas really got me out here rapping what I'm living. I might take it latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in, this nigga turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. spend that little check, you gotta stay up out my business, nigga.
I mean, simply reminding Rick Ross that he's almost 50 is a pretty good diss. Also, it is true, I would argue many of Rick Ross's best songs are with Drake, so I find that to be a relatively effective diss in my opinion.
Shout out to the hooper that be busting out the gritty. We know why you mad, nigga, I ain't even tripping.
I do not, in fact, know why he is mad. I'm not gonna lie.
All that little heartbroken Twitter shit for bitches. This for all the top dogs, drop and give me 50, drop. In that fucking song, y'all got to not start the beef with us. This shit been brewing in a pot, now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole think, that dot shit was weak as fuck. Champagne tripping, he is not fucking easing up.
Drake saying that he doesn't care what J. Cole thinks and Kendrick is weak as fuck is really funny. And also definitely a J. Cole diss that J. Cole will go on to ignore, I guess. Months down the line, J. Cole will say something to the effect of, I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost a bro, but by the way, Drake, I love you so much. Drake, you're really the best. I'll never forget what you've done for me. You're really awesome. You're really the best. Despite the fact that Drake would diss him multiple times throughout this battle, just being an absolute punching bag for the 69 God and just never saying anything back is kind of, I think the kids would call it soft. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, that's just J. Fold for you.
Nigga calling top to see if top want a piece of the top, want a piece of the top, want a piece of the nah, pussy, now you on your own when you speaking up. You don't roll deep to this, you not fucking deep enough. Begging cops or not, boy, you not fucking beating us.
Another terribly aged line here from Lawbry, man. Begging Kai Cenat as if Kai wasn't literally texted by Drake to stay on stream to react to one of his diss tracks. Just awful, man. However you felt about this diss track, unfortunately, we have to deduct one life. Deduct a point over the fact that this bar exists when Drake would go on to literally beg Kai Cenat to react to his song. Pathetic.
Numbers wise, I'm out of here, you not fucking creeping up. Money wise, I'm out of here, you not fucking sneaking up. Cornball, your show money, merch money, feed us. I'ma let you niggas work it out because I seen enough. This ain't even everything I know, don't wake the demon up. This ain't even everything I know, don't wake the demon up. Drop and give me 50, all you fuck niggas teaming up.
6.
This song would be a lot better if we did not have access to the information that would come after this track's release. If you would have asked me how I would rate this song upon its initial release, I would have said anywhere between an 8 and an 8.5. As far as the overall quality of the track and the quality of its disses, if we assumed that it was going to remain a friendly fade. Unfortunately, a lot of aspects of this track aged horribly, especially when it comes to the SZA mentions, the 21 Savage mentions, the Kai Cenat mention, the contract mentions with the lawsuit. Just a lot of really bad moves in hindsight for Drake. But I can honestly say this, and I'm probably going to cover, you know what? If this episode of Derapy gets 2,000 likes, in
24 hours. Like the video.
then I will release a public review of Tailor Made Freestyle. We will go through the bars and we will revisit it based on what we know today. But let me know how you all feel about that. Let me know how you would rate the track when you first heard it compared to what you know now. And of course, this episode is brought to you by
Owl Soapery.
Here's a message from their owner on their site. Welcome to Owl Soapery. Very glad that you're here. This is a person that is passionate about crafting quality, natural soaps right here in beautiful Manitou Springs, Colorado. Every bar I make is handmade with love and care, and when the weather's nice, you'll find me creating along the river. Wow, so we got a lot of natural soaps here. If you don't want to reek, maybe check out that link in the description. Check out their store in the pinned comment of this episode of Derapy. Please check out the soap. It's incredibly reasonably priced. They even have like afterpay options, which is crazy. You can pay like $1.50 over like 4 payments for some soap. Please check them out. Buy some soap, clean your body, and please by all means let them know that Derapy sent you. Thank you so much again to Owl Soapery for sponsoring this episode of Derapy. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, enjoy the outro.
Oh my god, where did he steal this beat from? Here we go again.
Yo, YBH.
Who'd he take this from, like J. Cole or something? You are not J. Cole, dude.
Tired of being nice, switch it up like Walter White, man. Telling me to relax, I do the opposite, get hype, man. Growing up a nerd, a geek, a freak, a loser, virgin, and a burden, but I'm turning into something y'all don't recognize. Turning up my way like the highway, I require more speed. Oh, please tell me you get more cheese, and I will likely agree. I'ma keep it running for us. Run this town, you just a tourist. Borough where I reside, but I decided I may do more. I was watching Wheezy in a hotel room just spitting rhymes, and damn, it just occurred to me that I can't really make excuses. I thought it'd be easy. I was in my room in summertime, and thank God it occurred to me that I probably need more practice. Staying humble, stay off Bumble, already got my queen. Derapy the regime, swear I'm living the dream. Y'all are sleepy tucked in, only worth $1.10, but by the end of my stint, you'll remember Buxton.
Damn.
And I'm never finished, do this shit till I die. Ready for the prime time, ready for the high life, ready to make highlights. Don't waste my time, cooler than the Sonic ice. Haters get bubonic die. Rest will witness my rise. I'm shining like a skylight. I'm way too scared to skydive, but I'ma have a fine wife, and I'ma keep on cooking with the rare spices. Bitch, I am the bomb. They like, oh my God, where's ISIS?
Huh?
Dude, chill, I'm playing like an Xbox, but that doesn't mean that you can play with me, kick rocks. Okay, be real, I just picked up rapping like a hobby, like for fun or something. Then it really hit me that I might just be the one or some, hotter than the sun or some. Pick this up like hookers, but ironically, I got no hooks and never read a